Razorback Talk. For the fans, by the fans. This is Inside the Hawg Pen with your hosts, Razorback Zach and Marcus MC Carlton. What is up, everybody? We finally made it. Months of talking, months of hoping, months of thinking, months of everything, and it's finally here. We are 72 hours and change away from Razorback football, and your boy couldn't be more excited. Hello, everybody. I'm Razorback Zach from the Central Arkansas Hawg Pen, and welcome to an all-new edition of Inside the Hawg Pen. My boy to my left, my right, whichever direction you're facing, he's back in the NEA Hawg Pen from parts unknown this week is my buddy and the glue that holds the whole damn thing together, Marcus MC Carlton. What's up, MC?
Hey man, it's a lot cooler up here in the old NEA Hawg Pen tonight. There's about 15, almost 20 degrees difference tonight where it was this time last week. So we're off to a good start.
Hey, that's all that matters. We got Razorback volleyball on TV tonight.
Taking on number one.
I know, right?
One.
Did you see? I don't know if it was on Instagram or if it was on Twitter, but did you see what the Arkansas men's basketball team social media account tweeted out to the volleyball team?
Yeah,
it was the picture of Devo.
Yeah,
dunking on number one Auburn, and they said, "Hey, we heard number one's coming to town."
Yeah, yeah. I say this to my friends all the time. The social media teams up there, A+, man. They kill it
absolutely
all the time. Like it's constant gold.
Hey, real quick, make sure you guys leave us a 5-star review, recommendation, and this new thing called stars. It's something that Facebook is doing. It all helps our algorithm to help us get seen a lot more. And we get to bug you throughout football season. But do us a favor. Don't leave us a 4-star review. We want that extra star. Give us 5. Give us 5. Because we all know what 4-star means. And it's just, we want that 5-star. But, and another thing, Matt Hall, Adam Hart, over at Hawg Sports, they are pushing for 20,000 members. Go check them out. They got a new thing out, MC. It's called Hawg HQ. It's every Sunday at 5 p.m.
I saw that this past weekend.
And they killed it. They killed it. So, big props to them. I hope that it does well. Check them out. Sundays, 5 p.m. It is the Hawg HQ. Matt Hart, Adam Hall over in Hawg Sports. Also, Beer Fest coming up. Couple weeks.
Oh, yeah.
Couple weeks.
Getting close, man.
Getting close. But let's I was gonna do a little break, but
let me talk to you
about the game. I had to use that one somehow. You know me. I had to use that one. Okay, so Arkansas, Western Carolina, Catamount. What the hell's a Catamount?
I have yet to figure that out.
I Googled it earlier today because Katie was asking about it. She was like, what's a Catamount?
Is it related to a Wampus cat?
It's a I didn't think about that. Hey, real quick, set 1, best of 5. Arkansas is already up 2-0.
Maybe there's a little Barnhill magic still left. So we'll see.
That's all right. But it's a fancy word for a mountain lion.
Okay.
It is. It's basically a cougar, more or less.
Make your own joke right there.
Hey. Biden jokes coming soon. Anyway, but yeah, it's gonna be. It's Saturday. Now here's the kicker: they moved it up. It's not a 3 o'clock kickoff anymore. It's a 12 o'clock kickoff on the SEC Network Plus and the ESPN Plus. So if you get, say you have YouTube TV, you can log into the ESPN app and watch the game from there. All you need to do is log in through your YouTube or your Google account through YouTube TV or your cable or satellite provider. It is not on regular network this week because Missouri and South Dakota have to have the primetime spot.
I mean, if my deal with this, and I've said all along, I said I'm eating a little crow right now because I said I would never go back to War Memorial Stadium. Well, never's a long time, and when Mama comes home and says, "Oh, hey, we're going to the ball game this weekend," It's just okay, yes, ma'am. What time we leaving?
Right.
So,
hey, real quick, big shit. Big thank you.
big what?
Whoa. Big thank you to Coach I and the Fan Addict for having me on last Saturday night. It was a lot of fun, and great group of guys on that show, dude. Great.
You repped well, man. You did very well.
Like you've been requested to a future event. So big thank you to Coach I and the guys over at the Fan Addict. All right, the Harrison Made Chef Services live fan feedback is already jumping.
Blowing up already.
Jonathan Parker jumps in with the first comment of the night and says, how nervous would you be for the season if starters have to play the whole game? Hopefully one series in the second half and come out. Starters that don't need reps, that is,
yes,
come out after one series in the second half. First off, Jay, can you let a man get through the first segment before coming with the hard hits? I mean, damn, dude. God. MC, what do you think, man? I'm gonna let you take this.
Yeah, I agree 100%. If we're seeing KJ and Rocket halfway into the third quarter, the fans who are there are going to be very disgruntled, because I know I am looking for this to be basically over with by halftime. You remember a couple years ago when they played Pine Bluff at Little Rock, and both coaches agreed to a running clock in the second half because it was so out of hand.
Yeah,
that's what I want to see. I want to see that much of a beatdown.
But will you see that at this level of a non-conference game?
I don't know, man.
And in-state non-conference, I can kind of see that. Okay, in-state, in-state schools, I can kind of see that. But an out of conference, I mean, you may not
get both coaches to agree to that running clock, but I want it to be such a wide margin that it could be a running clock. If it's not like 35-3 at half, what are we doing?
Yeah. Hey, real quick, I see Brandon Laughlin and then our boy Bum's in the house. Gary, I see you guys. Before we get to y'all's comment, I got to point this guy out. Coach I is in the house.
What's up, Coach?
We got royalty in the house, but we can't talk Georgia. We can't talk Georgia because he's a Georgia man. I'm just kidding, Coach. Hey, man, appreciate you having me on last Saturday night. But so here's my answer to that question. Let me throw this comment back up here. Here's the thing: as I saw a tweet, I guess it's been a couple of days, that somebody said that KJ and Rocket don't want to see KJ and Rocket at all.
I saw that. I don't know that I necessarily agree with that.
Here's why I disagree with that is because KJ doesn't have a lot of live reps with this team, with this offensive line right now. And these wide receivers are, and credit to Sam Pittman, he sees more than we do, but they're unproven in big in-game situations.
Yep.
100%. In practice and scrimmages is one thing, but when you're going up against another opponent where it actually counts, these guys are unproven. So yeah, I would almost bet, and I would almost say that if you're going to play KJ, do it. If it's 35-3 middle of the second quarter, pull them, let them rest. And I do the same thing against Kent State. And because I was talking to Dylan Madden from the Man Cave about this earlier today. Dude, these first two games, let KJ and Rocket get their reps in.
Yeah,
save them, and then you let them run wild against BYU, and then rest them at that first opportunity. Let Malachi. I expect to see Malachi Singleton with the first 2 weeks.
Man, I would hope so, because that means that Arkansas is out there taking care of business, and it's up so much that even Jacoby Griswold has had enough success that he can go sit down and let Malachi in. Or,
Coach Yost,
as I saw today on Hogs Plus, they're calling him Maverick, apparently.
Coach Yost from Remember the Titans said it best. Leave no doubt.
Yeah.
Leave no doubt. And that's exactly what Arkansas has to do. Okay?
Yep.
If you're going to make a statement, if you're going to tell the country, hey, last year KJ was hurt, we didn't have depth, we didn't have an offensive coordinator that could tell his face from his ass. Okay? They need to come out, and they need to come out hard. Okay? Take that for what you will. Oh, man. Hey, if you guys want in on the action tonight, leave us a question or comment or a stone to throw or a tomato to toss at us on the Harris Made Chef Services live fan feedback. Garrett Ray says, woo, pig suey, 1-0 start. Let's go. Let's not put the cart before the horse.
No, let's get it. Let's get that 1-0. Let's get it.
And we got to show love to our old boy over in Memphis town.
It wouldn't be bum if he didn't come in here talking noise, man.
If it wasn't him talking noise, give me Western Kentucky and the points.
If Bum is watching, brother, you better hope that next weekend your boys don't come over here to Jonesboro and drop that L, because somebody's going to be relentless on you if they do. I'm just saying.
Wait, do y'all hear that? Do y'all hear that?
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to know how upset Bum was Monday night, because Raw was in Memphis Monday night, and LA Knight's music hit.
Oh my God, that
come
was
out
great.
Dressed up like LA Knight, and he had me fooled for a couple minutes till they took the close up shot of him.
Right,
but
hey, Miz is good at that. And that's, like I said, that's another story for another time.
Right.
But man, let's see. So this kind of leads us into our first full topic of the night. It says Brandon Laughlin says, still upset they moved the game to 12. Was looking forward to going to Little Rock with my boys, but still woo pig suey. Here's my question, MC. Why in the bloody hell did they move the game up? What sense does this make? And this is going to delve into a whole nother debate topic of should we or should we not play in Little Rock? And I want to put it to bed. I want it to put it to rest tonight. This needs to be it. Period.
Yeah. I mean, if you follow me on Twitter, I've made my feelings well known. I won't dive off into the weeds on that, but I don't understand why they moved it up. They said it was due to heat, but I looked at the temperature and there's going to be like 2 degrees, maybe 3 degrees difference.
That's it.
From starting at noon and starting at 3. I was joking with a buddy of mine last night. We were sitting there talking about it, and I said, basically all you've done now is you've eliminated the possibility of anybody having any shade at any point in the game.
Well, and that's what, and I was talking to somebody this week about that, is that, Razorback Stadium, it sits north, east to west. Okay. Yes. So when the sun sets, half that stadium starts to get in the shade. War Memorial sits north to south. So there is no shade in that stadium at all until the sun goes completely down.
Right.
MC, Harris Made Chef Services live fan feedback. I want whatever Garrett Ray is smoking right now. I got to.
I'm looking.
Do you think it's possible to be 6-0 going into Alabama, winning close games against LSU, Ole Miss, and A&M? I want whatever he's smoking, because holy hell.
If Arkansas is 6-0 going into that Alabama game, I don't even have a good one-liner to come with that, because I think if you're 4-2 going into that game, I think you're sitting pretty good. If you're 5-1, you're sitting really good. If it's 6-0, I mean, you're talking, every Hawg fan's going to be walking about this far off the ground if they're 6-0 going into that game.
Well, if you're also 6-0, you got to think SEC Nation is going to be in Tuscaloosa. Game day is going to be at Tuscaloosa.
Somebody will be. Yeah. If we're 6-0 going into that game, your boy MC might find a way to Tuscaloosa.
I might have to sweet talk Katie and have her, let me go to Tuscaloosa that game with MC. But I assuming he continues to say, assuming we beat the out of conference games, do you think it's possible for Arkansas to be 6-0 going into Alabama, battling for the SEC West?
It's possible. I mean, right now, anything's possible.
Anything's possible, because right now, and I've said it for months and I've said it for weeks, there's nobody that sticks out to me in the SEC right now that is the team to beat. The obvious choice, given the history in the last 2 years, is anybody's going to say Georgia.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'll even go as far as saying Alabama, because Nick Saban is smiling. He's happy. He's clapping, and he's singing, which scares the holy hell out of me, MC.
Yeah, he's not mad. I mean, I don't know that I've ever. Is he finally softening a little bit in his advanced age?
And I said this on the Fanatic show Saturday night, that if Georgia wins another title and Alabama drops 3, Saban retires. You know?
I mean, it could be. I mean, I don't know.
I really do. I really do. But I'm still stuck on this as to why they moved the game up, because here's the thing. It's a 2-degree difference, and you're still going to be playing at 3 o'clock.
Mhm.
That game's not going to be over until 3:30.
At the earliest.
At the earliest.
I mean, it might go a little quicker. Hopefully, it goes pretty quick in the second half, because that means that Arkansas's got a big lead and they're running the ball a lot. Now, keep in mind, Western Carolina does like to throw the ball around. So every incomplete pass, clock's going to stop.
So your boy Eric Jernigan says Memphis isn't going to catch an L. Haven't you heard? They got the second coming of Steve Atwater and Simeon Blair over there now. You know, Bum said the same thing about that.
Simeon Blair.
Hey,
Sorry.
whoa. Hold on. Wait a minute. I got to do this. Just for him, because Sam Jones isn't here, so we got to have the new guy. Adam Green is in the house. He says, "Go ahead and say it." Adam Green is here, and we just went from 25,000 at the game to 18,000.
I have 18,000 at the game and 44,000 out on the golf course.
Yeah, right. Hey, golf course is where it's at, dude. Golf course is indeed where it's at. Don't let that fool you.
And I will say this. I'm going to go completely selfish here for a minute. Those of you who have been to Little Rock games in the last 2, 3, 4 years, I haven't been since 2012. I need tips. I need your secrets. I need your hacks on where I should park, where I can have where I can take 3 little boys with me and us make it to. Oh my God, Sam just appeared out of nowhere. Holy cow.
How
wow.
did he do that? We're gonna get to that in just a second, but
that's some wizardry right there.
My girl Katie, Lady Red says they say heat, but I think it's cause they want to avoid the nighttime danger. I said what I said. Look, y'all, she's got a point. All right.
Hey, maybe that's the heat they meant. I mean,
whoa. And by the way, I have a tip for you. Kevlar. Just gonna say that, Kevlar. And wear neutral colors.
Well, that's going to be a little difficult to do.
I said what I said. Don't, you know. Brandon Laughlin says if Arkansas goes 6-0 going into Alabama, I will let you shave my head on the show. Do not.
Don't tempt me with a good time.
I starred that one. Adam Green says anything is possible, but not likely. Be realistic. 4-2, would be awesome. Hawg fans, we got to be realistic. Let's just ease into the season.
Yeah, and I agree. If we're sitting at 4-2 going into that Alabama game, I'm feeling pretty good.
And Sam, and I don't know how he does this, but here we go. He says we're playing Big Noon Kickoff on Paramount this weekend, and he says, "Did someone summon me?"
Yeah, that's
how do you do this?
Who's got the Sam Jones Ouija board?
Right, like he's like Batman. You speak his name, and poof, there he is.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, but I don't understand why. I don't understand why they did that.
It doesn't make a lot of sense to me either. I did see where Coach Pittman had a comment about that it was going to put them back in Fayetteville a lot earlier instead of getting home at like 1 a.m.
Yeah,
I saw that too. 10:30 or 11.
But
the time. Here's what bothered me: the timing of it. You wait till game week, and then you come up and decide. Yeah, well, and you know. The other thing, if you're going to move it, and if you're going to move it because of the heat,
move it to 7 o'clock on a 7 o'clock. Night.
Move it to 7 o'clock. Hell, move it to 7 o'clock on Saturday night. I mean, now this goes right against what your girl said.
I was going to say,
that does become a concern at that point. But you know, I've had some other people tell me that things don't get too crazy on game nights as far as shenanigans and less than stellar. Population, shall we say.
So that area is not what it used to be.
Agreed. 1,000%.
That area is not what it used to be. That used to be the part of town where retirees went. It was quiet. It's not that way anymore, unfortunately. You know. By the way, 15-14 Arkansas still in the first set over Wisconsin right now. And
it does not look like there is an empty seat in Barnhill.
No, it does not. And that is I love the way that looks. I've never been.
That's pretty
Barnhill.
cool.
I need to make a trip.
I haven't either. I've never been to Barnhill.
Oh man. Let's see. Go through here. Chef Harris Smith, Chef Services Live and Feedback. Sam Jones says getting back to Fayetteville early because we all know the players will go straight to bed on their Dixon Street mattress.
Hey, if they're down on Dixon, they just want to go see the hot dog guy down there and get them a good hot dog. That's all that is.
Right? I mean, why not? You know? But we're going to take a quick break. On the other side of the break, we're going to continue talking about game day, what to expect, what you need to know, where to go, how to get there, parking, everything you need to know. We're going to get you there. You're watching and listening to Inside the Hog Pen on the Sideline Radio Network. Back right after this. Calling all local craft beer connoisseurs. Little Oktoberfest, benefiting the Miracle League of Arkansas, is just around the corner, and you don't want to miss this opportunity to sample some of the best craft beers from across the state. Saturday, September 23rd at War Memorial Stadium from 6 to 9 p.m. Get your tickets now. Oh, and ITHP will be broadcasting live with me, Razorback Zach, and D-Mad from the Man Cave. So stop by and say hey to the guys. Little Oktoberfest 2023, benefiting the Miracle League of Arkansas. Saturday, September 23rd, 6 to 9 p.m. at War Memorial Stadium in Little Rock. We'll see you there. All right, welcome back to Inside the Hog Pen on the Sideline Radio Network. Razorback Zach, Marcus MC, Carlton holding it down in the NEA. You know, MC, during the break, I was watching this little bit of this volleyball game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how they scored because it went from like 0-0 to like 17-16 in the
and so a few years back, I do know this. They changed the rules of volleyball because used to you could only score if you were serving. And so now every ball that is put into play, no matter who serves, is a point for somebody.
And I mean,
just to speed up the whole game.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, they're all over this floor in here. This ain't just your average everyday volleyball game here, dude.
Yeah.
They're diving and everything else.
Hey, speaking of volleyball, I know this is not Arkansas, but I got to throw this out. Did you see what Nebraska's doing tonight? Nebraska volleyball. They have a volleyball court set up in the middle of Lincoln Memorial Stadium, which is where they play football. They have sold 90,000 tickets to watch volleyball tonight. It's on Twitter.
The only thing I can say to that is we sold almost 20,000 tickets for us to watch a gymnastics meet inside of Bud Walton.
Yeah. That's the only thing that comes close.
So,
but, yeah. So they set it up, and there's pictures of it all over Twitter. I'm looking at a tweet right now. They took a wide shot of the stadium, and it looks like a football Saturday in Lincoln, Nebraska, because all the stands are full. They've got seats down on the field, and then the court is like, it's not dead center. It's like off to one side, and then they've got seats all through there. Now, they are having, I don't know who it is, but I did see that they're having a post-game concert in the stadium as well. But I mean, 90,000 people for volleyball? Are you freaking kidding me?
Yeah.
Those Nebraska people are insane, man. Tip my hat. That's pretty awesome.
That's wild. Let's go back over to the Harris-Made Chef Services Live fan feedback. Coach I from the Fan Addict Sports Network says, what's the spread on the Arkansas-Western Carolina game?
I will look that up. I haven't seen it.
According to ESPN, they don't have a line on that game yet. They don't have a line on that game yet, but it's also, I want you guys to also be aware, ESPN app is showing that it's still a 3 o'clock kickoff. Do not listen to it. It is a 12 o'clock kickoff from Little Rock. And like I said before the break, ESPN Plus, SEC Network Plus. So if you do have cable or satellite, go to your ESPN app, click on the watch, click on the game, sign in with your cable or satellite provider, and it will get you that'll get you to the game, unless you have ESPN Plus and you can just go straight to it. But it's through your ESPN app because, like I was telling MC before the break, God forbid we miss Missouri and South Dakota. Yeesh. Adam Green wants to know. Heard the whole left side of our offensive line is banged up.
There's a few guys that are fighting some nagging injuries.
Yeah, but
I don't think it's anything that'll keep them out of the game.
The two that are going to be that we do know that are confirmed out are Malik Chavis and Jashad Stewart. Those are the two that both know they're not going to make it, and they're both on defense. Correct. Katie's got an answer to your question. She says that's because it's a volleyball school.
Nebraska? Well, yeah, apparently so.
No, Sam Jones also says, well, it's Nebraska, and not like the football team has sold out that stadium since Tommy Frazier. Ooh, Sam Jones
from the top rope. Sam Jones.
Look, I say his name, and he comes in hot. I mean, whoo. Jonathan Parker says, is it 12 Central or 12 Eastern?
Central. So I'm looking at sportsbookwire.usatoday.com.
Okay.
And the Arkansas game is the only SEC game that does not have a line. It doesn't have a money line. It doesn't have a total. It doesn't have.
What about?
Who the favorite
is. This is a shameless plug here, but what about Bet Saracen?
I haven't looked there yet. That was where I just put in a search engine for the betting line.
No, I mean that's all you can do at this point. Okay, so a little reminder while MC's looking that up. Little reminder. All tickets are now electronic. All tickets are now they don't have a QR code. Screenshots will not work. There is a little icon at the bottom of your ticket that will have to it's blue and it's gonna look like it's floating. That is the technology that they're using now. All you got to do is take your smartphone, hold it up to the reader, the scanner, or whatever they've got out front now, and that will read your ticket. I'll be honest with you, MC. I don't know how long. I don't know how long that one's gonna last. I mean,
it's gonna be interesting. I made the comment last week that a lot of our fan base has trouble with sending and receiving text messages, much less using apps that take you 6 or 7 steps to find your tickets. So,
sorry, there was a glitch. Didn't mean to do that.
We'll see what happens. I don't know. That may be one of the videos I do when we see how backed up the line is trying to get into the stadium Saturday.
Well, it was like oh my God, what was it? It's the Cincinnati game last year.
Yeah.
Where they had redid the way that you get into the stadium, and it was a complete cluster.
I remember hearing about that. Yeah.
It was dumb the way they had it. But like I said, and make sure you guys remember, it is a clear bag policy. All the guidelines and everything is on the War Memorial website. Make sure you guys follow it. Please, please, please. I know it's War Memorial. And as MC likes to say, it's only one game. It's only one game. But let's get this over with. Get back to Fayetteville. All right. So a little history. Yeah. Go ahead, MC.
I was just gonna say, let's get in, let's win the game, let's not get anybody hurt, and get back.
Yeah, I don't want to. I'm not going because I really don't feel like getting swung on again trying to break up a fight.
Well, I wasn't planning to go, but sometimes plans change. And found the line here. Good old trusty Bet Saracen app. Arkansas is a 34.5 point favorite. The over-under is 62.5.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah. Yeah, your 62? Total points is 62.5.
That's it?
And what did I say? 34.5 on the spread?
That seems a little low, doesn't it?
Well, I mean, I guess they're thinking 35-17, 38-17 type deal, which not out of the question, but if we give up 17 points to Western Carolina, I'm not going to be happy.
Say, and here's the thing, if we only give up 38 points, I'm never going to hear the end of it from my significant other. And I know she's watching from the tub right now because she just went on one of her runs. But
we need to put up a 50 spot this weekend. Need to put up a 50.
We do. We do. It doesn't need to be a 40, but if it is a 40, it needs to be 40-3. It does 40-7. If it's anything, if it's double digits, it needs to be in the 50s.
You give
which is why our good friend over at Keeping It Real, Lorenzo Robinson, is coming back. Somebody talked him out of retirement. Just kidding, Zoe. We love you, buddy. And he puts out his prediction thing, and I saw yours. Yours was like 42-13 or 42-10 or something like that. Or I had mine at 52-10.
I think I went 41-13. I think is what.
Yeah, I think that's what you had.
Because in my mind, I had that. Okay, you get 35 on touchdowns, and then Cam Little gets a couple field goals.
Yeah, and I think Cam Little, like I said in our last preseason coverage show last week, Cam Little breaks the record and is 90% on the year.
Yeah.
And we're gonna be talking about records that could be broken this year. By the way, we've got a lot of them. Mm-hmm. And then MC, you've got some defensive numbers that you want to kick out there here in a little bit.
Yeah, if I can get these out without gagging, I'll throw some defensive numbers out.
Sam Jones, man, just go ahead and do the 3 count. Ring the bell. Zach, your first problem was breaking up the fight. As Coach Prime says, you got to get in there and mix it up.
That's another game this weekend that I'm going to have an eye on. I guess while I'm traveling to Little Rock, is Coach Prime and the Buffaloes taking on TCU and your boy Kendall Browse.
He ain't my boy. That's like Hunter Biden right there. He ain't my boy.
I think TCU is probably going to open a can on them. But when was the last time you had any kind of hype at all around a Colorado game?
Well, and here's the thing, and Coach I and I were talking about this on his show last week. Colorado's got the biggest roster turnover in NCAA history.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it still may possibly be the worst roster in all of D1.
I mean, but at the same time, everybody's like, oh, it's Prime. Look at what he did at Jackson State. Okay, now you're moving up in the world. Can he do it in the Pac-12? Can he do it in the big leagues? Because if he can't, that just goes to show, not digging it Prime, but that, again, true colors are going to get shown, Sam lost to Liberty and almost Missouri State, so don't think he can make that call. I don't think strap in, MC. I'm about to rattle something. Sam, I love you, dude, but you're wrong. I love you, dude, but you're wrong, and let me tell you why. Because this is not the same team. This is not the same offense that we saw last year. Okay. Yes, you're losing an entire wide receiver core, but you're also bringing in an offensive coordinator that's going to let KJ run the offense on the field. Okay, so you're not going to see these close losses to Liberty. You're not going to see these blowout losses to Liberty. You're not going to see the near loss to Missouri State. Okay, they're out. They got a chip on their shoulder, and they've had that since Bobby Petrino. Okay, this team has got it. This team is mean, dude. For all intents and purposes, this team is mean.
They need to be. Look, I'm tired of like the whole, oh, Sam's just a nice guy, just a good old boy. I want him to go out and beat the ever-loving you-know-what out of somebody, and people look at him and be like, man, what happened to Sam Pittman? He's an a-hole now. Well,
and that's the thing is again, this is only year 4, okay?
Right.
I got heard. And I will say this. I got called out on the show last week on the Fan Addict show, wanting to know how long Razorback fans were going to give Sam Pittman to be average. And my biggest point was right now, 8 wins, we're good with it because he's building. He's learning. He's only in year 4.
We are not that far removed from not winning a single SEC.
Hey. Whoa. Don't.
As much as we all want to forget it, we can't.
Don't speak his name.
I wasn't going to say his name. I'm just going to say the program. The program is, I mean, we're not that far removed from being in the absolute under the basement, basically.
Now, and again, I'm not saying we're never going to win a national title. We're never going to compete for the SEC. That's not true. Okay. anything is possible. Look at this year. Look at next year. Next year, we get to have a sigh of relief.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next year's the year, in my opinion.
A little score update for the Arkansas volleyball team. Arkansas's got 4 different players with 4 kills. I thought this was volleyball and not Call of Duty.
They took set 1. Hogs did.
Yeah, 25-21 was your final in set 1. This is the best of 5. I want to be cautiously optimistic, MC, about this team this year, but at the same time, we can't go backwards again. You know?
No, I agree. 100%. You've got it. Well, and to be just quite frank, another 7-6 season is going to leave a sour taste in a lot of people's mouths.
I mean, if you're limping into the Missouri game, something's wrong.
Yeah, something's
the
bad
telltale
wrong
sign. I think you'll agree with me on this, MC. The telltale sign is going to be that is it the Mississippi State game, the one that we play right after that 4-game stretch.
Auburn is right after that 4-game stretch.
That's going to be the telltale. That's going to be the telltale sign. Okay.
No, I'm sorry. You're right. It's Mississippi State.
I thought it was. I thought there was one there.
Yeah, Mississippi State is the week after Bama.
That Mississippi State game is going to be the telltale sign of where this team sits. Okay, because Tennessee 1998. Everybody remembers what happened, right?
Still hurts.
Okay, everybody remembers what happened. We lost the way we lost. But also, look at the very next week, the emotional hangover from that game in 98. Okay?
Yep.
You don't want the same thing to happen this year. That 4-game stretch is going to be brutal. Brutal. And I would implore anybody to tell me who's got an equivalent 4-game stretch that's equal to or tougher to that one that Arkansas is going to be playing.
That's a pretty hard road right there.
That Mississippi State game is going to be the telltale sign. The other one is I want to go into the swamp and I want to shut up Florida because that's their game that they're going to be doing their blackout game.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Well, if they're going to do blackout, we need to do all whites or all reds.
And I didn't realize this till just the other day. Arkansas has never won in the swamp. Never.
Yeah. Hashtag screw you, Mark Curls.
Yeah. I mean, I knew that there had been some close calls, but I thought at some point there had been, a one-off game or something where we had gone there and won.
But see, at the same time, MC, we've played them one time in Fayetteville in the last 10 games that we've played.
Yeah.
One time.
Yeah, how does that even happen? I mean, who's the Florida alum in the scheduling office that throws that out there? But anyway, unfortunately, it's just the way it is, and I don't see it changing anytime soon.
Well, I want to see where this A&M team is because I don't think A&M is going to be what it's cracked up to be either.
I think they are probably the most mysterious team coming into the season in the SEC. I think they've got the most questions around them just simply because of the coaching hire that they made for offensive coordinator. And I mean, we all know who he is. We all know what he can do.
Yeah.
But how? Again, I go back to a comment I made a couple weeks ago. This is going to be either really, really good or really, really bad. There's not going to be any middle ground. It's either going to work like a charm or it's going to be Houston Nutt and Gus Malzahn all over again.
So you got the Battle of the Boot that kickstarts this 4-game stretch in Baton Rouge, which I'm going to guess is going to be a night game. If I had to guess, it was going to be a night game. This is the earliest that Arkansas has ever played LSU for the Battle of the Boot in the history of no, I take that back. There was an 11 o'clock kickoff for Battle of the Boot one year. And
September 23rd is that game.
Right.
I'd have to look and see what the other games are that day. I mean, we could probably look at the other SEC games that day and figure out who's going to be CBS, who's going to be ESPN.
Well, Here's the thing.
I'm kind of with you. I kind of think it's a night game.
We're not on CBS this year, I don't think.
I thought we had one more year. I thought this was the last year.
I thought
of the CBS
I thought
deal.
this was the switchover.
I don't remember. I'd have to look, but I thought we had this year.
I think
and then,
there's a Big Ten game on CBS this year.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Poor Brad Nessler.
I know, right? Coach Ass says if Jimbo gets out of Petrino's way, the offense will be much better.
100%.
I agree.
But can Jimbo? Can his ego handle that?
Exactly. Can he?
Yeah.
By the way, you have been requested again, MC. Casey Sutton says, "Hi guys, MC. Hope to see you at the game Saturday. She will be there as well. By the way,
I'll be
Casey
there.
Sutton I have not gotten an update from her yet, but she may have kicked Cancer's ass again.
All right.
So keep whooping ass, Casey. Keep whooping ass." Sam Jones says, Aggies will be better on O, but we know for a fact that Bobby's finesse offense leads immediately to the defensive regressions. That's won't go well against the Hogs offense.
That's true because he
Coach
likes to. Okay, this is last season.
Yeah,
okay,
this is last
all right.
season of
Thank
SEC
you, Coach.
season.
Appreciate that.
Thanks, Coach.
To finish my thought on Petrino, if you think back to the time when he was here, every superior athlete that we had went to the offensive side of the ball, and it ended up costing us on defense more than one game. But will that happen down there? Again, he's not the head man. He's only in charge of the offense.
Yeah.
And everything's still got to run through Jimbo. So I just don't know, man. I mean, I could see it being a complete and utter train wreck. And I think it could be the Arkansas game that derails it.
Yeah. I mean, I can see that to a point. And we've said it for months now, MC. We've said it for weeks now. If Jimbo calls that game, Arkansas wins it. Arkansas wins it. If Bobby P calls that game,
might be a long day.
It might be a long
day.
The stat guy, co-host with Coach Eyes in the house, says, does Arkansas take a step forward this year? I think we do.
I hope, and to quote Red from Shawshank, hope is a dangerous thing. Mm-hmm. But I think that 8 to 9, I don't think they'll go above 9 unless it's the bowl game. But 9 regular season wins, I think, is the ceiling. And then I think your floor's got to be 7 on your regular season wins.
See, wheels have to completely fall off.
Well,
for a 7-win season, and you're talking.
We've seen that before, man.
You're talking that the wide receivers can't catch balls. You're talking KJ gets hurt. You're talking Rocket gets hurt. Now, the running back room is we've seen all those running backs.
Deep. Yeah,
it's pretty deep, and I get that. But real quick, couple of notes regarding the game on Saturday. Like we had said earlier, this is the first ever meeting between these two teams. Absolutely no serious history. This is the inaugural meeting between the Western Carolina Catamounts and the Arkansas Razorbacks. And it will probably be the only meeting between the two.
Yeah.
The other thing, MC, is, let me throw that back up here just in case people want to know. I was looking because the notes that you get from the Arkansas media department for these game day things, they tell you what coaches are in the booth, what coaches are on the field. Now, this is the kind of thing that's interesting to me.
This was interesting.
Here are the coaches that are on the field for the game on Saturday. Pittman, obviously. Jimmy Smith, your running backs coach. Scott Fountain for special teams. Marcus Woodson, co-defensive coordinator. Deke Adams, your D-line coach. Kenny Gaitan, your wide receiver coach. Cody Kennedy, your O-line coach. And Deron Wilson, your secondary coach. In the booth, Dan Enos, Travis Williams, and Morgan Turner. That surprised me quite a bit because I figured Enos has a history of being on the field.
He was a sideline guy when he was here before under Bielema. And so that when you told me that he was going to be up in the box, that really surprised me because he, unless something changed when he went to Maryland as OC.
Was he OC or head coach there?
He was OC, I believe.
I thought he was head coach at it.
See, now you got me questioning myself.
You could be right.
I'm pretty sure he was OC. Because they were talking about how he was Tua's little brothers to Lua. He was his quarterback coach.
That's right. All right, we got to take one more break. When we come back, records are made to be broken. MC's got defensive numbers, and I have KJ's numbers and records that could be, will be, might be, should be, and hopefully will be broken. You're watching and listening.
Yes.
You're watching and listening to Inside the Hog Pen on the Sideline Radio Network. Back right after this. All right, welcome back to Inside the Hog Pen on the Sideline Radio Network. Razorback Zach hanging out with you here in Central Arkansas, and my boy MC holding it down in the NEA. Records are made to be broken, and I'm going to tell you this right now. This volleyball team has come to play. It is 13-8.
I don't know what you call that move they just showed on replay right there, but that was a sick point right there.
That was gnarly.
Yeah,
Whatever that was.
That
was. And the look
so
on,
if you're not watching the volleyball game because you're watching us, and we appreciate it.
Hey.
Arkansas just had a point where, and I don't know the terminology, so forgive me, but one of the Arkansas players went up like she was going to spike it, and instead of spiking it down, she just kind of flipped it back over her head, almost like a reverse layup in basketball, and just completely faked out the entire Wisconsin front line for a point. So that was pretty sick.
I mean, these are some tough ladies out here, man. It's 13-10. Arkansas leads number 1 Wisconsin in volleyball. That is it's currently on the SEC network. But turning our attention back to the Western Carolina Catamounts, MC, I think it was last week or week before, we talked about the defensive numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Sam Pittman at the Little Rock Touchdown Club 2 weeks ago was talking about how the offense was great and everything, and he comes out and he says, "Well, the defense placed well. We were there,
yeah."
And you did some digging. You did some digging and found the defensive numbers, and they're not pretty.
Yeah, it is definitely not pretty. And I got to give credit out to Jackson Collier on Twitter because he's the one that actually put this on Twitter, and then I retweeted it and quoted it and everything you can do with it. But so the last season defense for Arkansas, 2022 on the year, they allowed 30.6 points per game, 31 points per game, 465 total yards per game, 294 passing, 170 on rushing, 45% third down conversion rate, 55% fourth down conversion rate by the opponent, and then a total of 6,047 total yards given up. Now, the offense had a stellar year last year. One of only, I think, 3 times in school history they've gone over 6,000 total yards in offense. But the problem with that is your defense turns around and gives up virtually the same amount of yardage. So it almost feels like you got nowhere to go but up.
I mean, yeah, you really don't if you think about it. I mean, this is so was it the talent or was it the coaching staff that we put that blame on for those numbers? 6,000 yards on that's
a lot, man. Well,
that's a lot of numbers.
The one that just really is a soul crusher is you're giving up almost 50% of third downs. So that basically means third down is a coin flip on whether or not you're going to stop somebody. How many games come down to a single humongous third down play at some point in the game?
Considering last year, Arkansas lost 6 games by 9 points. 9.
Yeah.
9. 6 games by 9 points total. You can't tell me that there wasn't a third down or even a fourth down in there. You can't tell me that there was a third down or fourth down in there that we should have stopped them because they made it look easy.
Look no further than the Liberty game. How many big third downs? And I don't know offhand because I don't have the stats in front of me. But given as close of a game as that one, how many big third downs did you give up? How many third downs did you give up? You know, I'll go one bigger than that. You have Bama on the ropes last year. You just recovered an onside kick. You go score. It's 28-23. You get Bama on the ropes. You get them to 3rd and 15. And dude goes like 70 for a touchdown. The backup quarterback. Not Mr. Lottery pick. Not Bryce.
But I also, because we took him out. That backup quarter, Jalen Milrow, 26 miles an hour. Not even I could have. There ain't nobody on the
damn roadrunner out there.
Yeah, give me one person that could have caught him. So a lot of records are made to be broken. KJ specifically could possibly take, and I'm not going to say solidify his place in the record books because he's already an Arkansas legend. Okay, you can't mention quarterback greats and not mention KJ Jefferson. You can't.
Yeah.
Okay, you can't. All right, let me move the banner here, MC, so we can put that up there. I don't know if you can see, but I've got it here. We'll go over it. Passing attempts. KJ ranks number 8 all time. These are all time school records. These are not just, these are all time records here. He ranks 8th with 666 passing attempts. Can anybody tell me who number 1 is? Number 1 is
without looking? No.
No. Clint Sterner with 1,023.
Golly.
Clint Sterner with 1,023. The next guy he's got to beat is Matt Jones with 755. So you have, in pass attempts, you've got Clint Sterner at 1, Brandon Allen at 2, Tyler Wilson at 3, Barry Lunny Jr. at 4, Casey Dick at 5, Ryan Mallett 6, Matt Jones at 7. Behind KJ, you have Brad Taylor and Joe Ferguson. So you're up there with some pretty elite company.
I wouldn't have thought that I wouldn't have thought that Barry Lunny Jr. would have been that high on the list because back when he played, man, it didn't seem like we passed the ball very much. It seemed like we were still running a lot of option, but apparently over his time there, we passed the ball quite a bit.
So he has, I that passing attempt, if it's anything like Dan Enos was when he was here the first time,
yeah.
Oh yeah. He'll break that record or at least get close. Number 2, maybe. Total plays, he ranks 6th with 1,028. 1,028. Want to know who number 1 is? Clint Sterner with 1,200 even. Before KJ, you've got Clint at 1, Barry Lunny Jr. 2, Brandon Allen 3, Matt Jones 4, Tyler Wilson at 5. Behind KJ, you have Quinn Grovey, Brad Taylor, Casey Dick, and Ryan Mallett in that order. Passing completions. He's ranked 7th with 436. You know who's got that record, MC? Tyler Wilson.
Yeah, T-Dub.
593, and I believe that was the 2015 season, if I remember right.
If it's Tyler, it would have been 11 or 12.
I'm sorry, 2011. You're right. It was 11. Brandon Allen at 2, Clint Sterner at 3, Ryan Mallett at 4, Barry Lunny at 5, Casey Dick at 6. Behind KJ, you've got Matt Jones, Austin Allen, and a surprising name that I did not see coming, Bill Montgomery.
Oh, that's going way. That's like BC. That's before Carlton.
We're not going to go BZ. We're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about that. Total yards, he ranks 5th with 7,245. This is total yards offensively, both on the ground and through the air. 7,245. Matt Jones is your leader with 8,392. I don't know if he's going to break that, but he'll get damn close. I know for a fact.
It'd be a heck of a season.
The only ones ahead of him, they don't have a list for the guys behind him, but those ahead of him, Matt Jones with 83.92, Tyler Wilson, Brandon Allen, and Ryan Mallett. Passing yards total, KJ Jefferson ranks 7th, 5,816. Tyler Wilson has 7,765.
So he'll probably get that one because the quick math on that tells me that's only about 1,700 yards.
Oh yeah, he'll get that. He'll get that midseason. Probably.
So yeah, I mean, we hope. If he doesn't, something's wrong.
Yeah, touchdown passes. KJ ranks number 6th all time at 48. Brandon Allen is your leader there at 64.
So again, he's 16 away.
He's gonna break
that. It's not out of reach at all.
He will hands down solidify his spot in the Arkansas record books. Not that he hasn't already, because I don't want people going on Twitter and on Facebook, Instagram going Razorback Zach saying KJ's not a legendary Razorback. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is he will be in the in the Razorback gods.
I got to throw this in there real quick.
Oh hell no!
Ben Hicks. Lord
we need to add a sound bite. We need to add the what sound bite.
Whew.
Oh my goodness! Why, Sam?
Ugh.
Why?
Might as well throw out Nick Starkle while you're at it.
Whoa! That was Katie's dude, the Starkle Sparkle.
Sparkle.
Yeah, right? Something like that. But records are made to be broken, so this could be a banner year for Arkansas. But it could be another slip up. It could be another stumble. Set number 2, Arkansas, Wisconsin. Arkansas is trailing Wisconsin 19-15 in the second set on the SEC network. Volleyball is your sport tonight.
Yeah, I think Wisconsin's kind of woken up a little bit here in the second set.
Yeah, but you know what? It's the best of 5, so we still got 3 sets to go. All right, MC, as we're wrapping it up here, I want your official ITHP score prediction before we hit the Harris Made Chef Services live fan feedback for one more go-around.
Well, I already kind of spoiled this earlier in the day because I'd made a Twitter score prediction on, I don't even remember whose thread it was, but somebody asked for scores, so I gave mine. I went 41-13. I think it's going to be one of those deals where it's, you may be looking at like 28-3 at the half, and then Arkansas gets one more touchdown and a couple field goals in the second half.
Well, wait a minute, back up.
What?
28. There are only 28 points in the first half.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go 28. I'm gonna go conservative.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, our boy Sam points out. Sam Jones pointed out in one of his comments tonight that Pittman does not have the track record of running up the score on people.
But again, this could be a different Sam.
And I hope that changes. I hope it changes. I mean, I want to go. I want to go Coach Yost and leave no doubt.
If you guys remember, in years past at SEC Media Days and in fall camp, he talks up the team. He hypes up the team. Mm-hmm. He hasn't done that this year. He's played it pretty quiet and like, I like this team. I like this team. You know, he hasn't said the likes of, this is the most explosive offense we've seen. This is not, right. He hasn't said anything to that. He said, we're a tough team. I like this team. I like these guys. This could be a turning point. Year 4 is could be the turning point.
I'm going to put you on the spot here, Zach.
Oh, crap.
Who gets the first touchdown?
Rocket. And I'm going to go
even
further. I'm going to go one even further. I think it's going to be a 69-yard touchdown run.
Oh, all right. Getting very specific there.
I think he hits a hole and takes off.
I'm going to go a little out of the box with this.
Okay.
And I'm going to say the new freshman tight end, Luke Haas.
All right.
I'm gonna take it a tight end pass from KJ. I'm not gonna try to call the route because I don't know routes at all. But I will say that Luke Haas catches his first touchdown to get the first score of the game for Arkansas.
All right, I can get down with that. Let's see. Let me scroll up here on the Harris Mid Chef Services live fan feedback. Coach Ice says, good show tonight, fellas. Open invite to the Saturday night snap count for both of you. That's a good show. If you haven't checked that out, y'all need to go check that out.
You got to check that out. That's good stuff.
Man, hey, and all those guys over there at the Fanatic Sports Network, They put on a show, and they know their stuff. They know their stuff. So appreciate the invite, Coach. I might take you up on that if I can get back in town in time. Dylan D-Med from the Command Cave says Arkansas 69. Who cares you?
Who cares you?
And he also says KJ has the first touchdown of the season, then has had the first touchdown of the season the past 2 years. Very good point. And then I saw Casey. Where did I see Casey at? She finds out if she kicked cancer's ass on September 19th. So y'all be praying for her. She has done it once. She will definitely do it again. She is our number one fan and has been for a while now. Okay, my score prediction, and then I get to do my final thought because I think my final thought this week is pretty important. But my score prediction, I'm going to go 52-10, and that's being nice.
I like yours better.
Only because you take the average of the last couple of years, the last decade or so, and they have one where they light it up. But I think it's going to be more than that. I think we're going to score more, and they're going to score less, to be honest with you. Either case, though, 12 o'clock noon, Saturday, it's going to be the start of year 4 for Sam Pittman and the Razorbacks. We have finally made it. All right, so my final thought of the night. It's the holiday weekend, y'all. Don't do anything stupid. All right, plain and simple. Don't do anything stupid. If y'all are going to go drink, make sure you guys have a designated driver. You have Uber on your phone. You have Lyft on your phone. Don't do anything stupid. And that goes for yours truly. But I won't. I will be traveling to one side of the state to hang out with some Razorback royalty, Papa Rick and the gang. And looking forward to that. But guys, look, don't drink and drive. All right. It's a holiday weekend. Yep. We do this every year. Don't drink and drive. Don't do anything stupid. Don't add, in the words of my old NCO, don't add to or take from the population. Don't cook bacon naked. And don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Yeah, there's too many. It's 2023, man. There's too many options. There's no reason for anybody to get a DUI or just run the risk of getting a DUI. You may get by with it, but there's no need in running the risk.
Set two is in the books. Arkansas, Wisconsin volleyball. Wisconsin takes the second set. Let me see if I can get a final
25-20.
25-20. But Arkansas is challenging. Whatever that means. Arkansas is challenging, whatever that means. If anybody knows volleyball, somebody school me on it, please.
Yeah, I know just like a smidge.
You know about as much. I mean, you know more than I do.
Well, I don't know anything. I mean, I know how points are scored, but as far as the terminology and why Arkansas is challenging or what they're challenging, I have no idea.
But the set or the competition or the game or whatever is now tied 1-1 going into the third set. Like I said, Arkansas drops set two, win game two, whatever it's called.
Set. I do know that.
Tomorrow night, college football, Utah, Florida kicks
That'll be a good game.
That'll be a good game.
Cam Rising, by the way, for Utah, their star quarterback will not play tomorrow night. And then they have another player on offense that's out too, and I cannot remember who it is, but it was two of their key pieces on offense are out tomorrow night.
Yeah. Like I said, my final thought, don't do anything stupid. All right.
Yep.
If you guys are in the central Arkansas area and y'all need a ride and you can't get a hold of anybody, pick up the phone, hit us up here at Inside the Hawg Pen. I'll come get you. I'll call you a cab. I'll pay for your Lyft. I'll pay for your Uber within a certain mileage because I'm not going to drive you halfway across the state. Sorry, dude. We want to see everybody back here getting you set for Kent State. Same Razorback time, same Razorback channel next week.
It's game week, baby.
We are in the midst of it, and we're just getting started. Thank you, everybody, for watching a new episode of Inside the Hawg Pen. For Marcus MC Carlton, I'm Razorback Zach. Until next time, so long, everybody.